Welcome to another rousing rendition of Highly Questionable. What do you like most today, Bo?
Yeah, it's LaVar Ball thing. Not as funny as it used to be. But it's still funny, just not the right kind of funny.
Did the last 2 nights convince you that the Warriors are the best team in the NBA?
They were down by 22 last night at San Antonio and end up winning by double digits. Not a lot of teams can do that sort of thing on the road against the Spurs. The Spurs can't really match up very well with the Warriors, and we started doubting the Warriors such that it was the last time they were in San Antonio. They sat their players, and since then they've crushed and annihilated everyone. For 3 seasons running, this has been the best team in the league, offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency. No reason to question it.
Yeah, on the road, they did this on the second half of a back-to-back. Like, this is one of the more impressive performances in the NBA, but maybe the most impressive performance in the NBA this season was the first game of the year when the Spurs throttled the Warriors, right? This is something to see because the Warriors had seemingly been vulnerable, and now they're back rolling. Of course, we have to be honest with ourselves. This has nothing to do with what might happen when they meet in the playoffs, if they meet in the playoffs, because somehow they haven't met in the playoffs yet.
Well, I think that Popovich was exposed after all these years. He couldn't do anything last night. It was ahead by about 20 points, and all of a sudden he was exposed, that's all.
The one thing you do have to remember, Greg Popovich was once outcoached by Scott Brooks in a playoff series. That's
You're not
happened.
agreeing with this,
No,
are
I'm
you?
not saying he got exposed this time. If he got exposed, it would have been getting outcoached by Scott Brooks.
Did Russell Westbrook just blow by the running beer in the MVP race?
All right, man, this is a crazy year where a guy puts up 57, 13, and 11, and he might not be the MVP, and as great as this game was, it might not have even been his most impressive triple-double of the season. That's where we are now with Russell Westbrook. Look, it's hard to imagine anybody has done more for their team this year when you realize how bad these other cats are. Russell's 21 for 40 last night. The other guys were 22 for 62. That's how bad they need him, and none of them can shoot.
Oscar Robertson, when he got the triple-double, finished third in the MVP voting. Second to Wilt, who averaged 50 points a game, and the winner for the MVP was Bill Russell. Can you imagine what First Take would have looked like debating this stuff in 1961, where Oscar Robertson gets a triple-double and doesn't win the MVP? Because I think Russell Westbrook's going to end up getting the MVP because you can't not give it to the guy who has a triple-double. By the way, got the triple-double last night. 7 turnovers in the first 8 minutes. He's handling the ball all the time.
But none for the rest of the game.
What is the big deal? You know, people blow by the running beard every
All the
night,
time.
you know?
Right, yeah, he's used to it. He's used to it. We're still making James Harden defense jokes.
Like, we haven't even had any new clips this year, which has been rather disappointing.
Does Melo sound like he's accepting his new role now?
The Knicks get blown out at home last night against the Heat. Poppy was happy about that one. Let's listen to Melo. He scored 9 points last night on 12 shots.
At this point, I mean, I think my role is to, be there for those guys, the younger guys throughout this time and help them along the way. And, not just, in the games, but in practice and, in other ways, just to be there for them. I see the writing on the wall. I see what it is. I see what they're trying to do, and it's just me accepting that. So that I think that's what puts me at peace, just knowing and understanding how things work, and I'm at peace with that.
That's a guy who doesn't want to waive his no-trade clause and is telling everybody out loud, I'm going to take whatever role it is that they give me, even if you're trying to clearly push me out the door, because you're not allowed contractually to push me out the door. So I'll just stay doing whatever it is that you want as long as I can live in New York.
Interesting move, though. He only took 2 shots in the first half, and after the game, even Melo acknowledged he needed to shoot more. So now he's gotten the tables turned where you're actually asking for Melo to take more shots. Now, what I think this is, he's comfortable with this for the rest of the year because this actually gives him something to play for, the idea of a mentorship role. But when it comes around to next year, as long as Melo's the best player on the team, he's going to want to be treated like the best player on the team. And guess what? He's still the best player on the team.
Well, Monty, I feel like we're ignoring the big story in Knicks basketball yesterday, where all of a sudden Joakim Noah ends up being cleared by doctors now that he's been suspended for 20 games. Mysteriously, the doctor just says, okay, now you've been cleared so he can sit out the last 8 games of the season under the suspension.
But it was an independent doctor who cleared him. Like, the clearance was legit. The out for the season part is what's bogus.
Melo, he got nothing to prove. He has won a bunch of gold medals, buddy. That's it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you could appreciate him as a Patriot, but oh, no, 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 no. You just think he's not a champion.
Is LaVar Ball going too far by airing out the Chino Hills High School coach?
All right, so LaVar Ball is a story on The Undefeated that talked about some of the friction that he's had with the head coach at Chino Hills, and that got us like, oh, let's look into this. About a week ago, there's a story in the USA Today where LaVar Ball just basically has tried to chump the man that coaches that team. Apparently, he's known the guy since he was younger, and now he's taken over to the team to the point where after a game, he was so mad about something, he got in the locker room, made his kids stay while everybody else went to the hotel. I have found LaVar Ball as entertaining as anybody else has. When you start actually affecting the way business is handled, now we've got a problem, and you're really going to need to fall back.
And on top of that, though, Bomani, he went on national television, a national television platform that he now has because he's so boisterous, and he said that the high school coach might also be bipolar. That's something that you can't have happening. Until now, LaVar Ball has been fairly benign, funny, and colorful, and some of you object to it. But once you start crossing over on this, you're on the wrong side of the line.
And also, somebody was quoted as hearing him saying that he runs Chino Hills, he runs UCLA, and he's going to run the NBA. Hey, but he might want to settle for 2 out of 3. That third one, that's not how this is going to work.
You know, I would have yelled to your high school coach, but you couldn't make the team.
Right,
you
there's
know?
that. Yeah, you would have. Yeah, you would have barged in there.
Right.
Yeah, and argued on behalf of me playing, but he knew I shouldn't be playing.
How surprised are you that Screaming Eagles fans veto the signing of Greg Hardy?
Screaming Eagles are an arena football league, and they've got kind of a visionary concept that I like the idea of. They allow the fans on an app to make all of the team decisions. And there was a vote on Greg Hardy, who has been sent away from the NFL for his myriad issues, and the vote came back 50-50, and with a complicated tiebreaker, they kept him out of the league. Otherwise, he'd be playing on Friday. I think people are torn on whether or not a guy should be playing when you have moral objections if he helps your team, and this vote kind of solidified that idea.
But here's the thing, though. We're not talking about like an NFL team, which captures the feelings of a whole region and all this stuff like that. We're not even talking about a college team. We're talking about an arena league team. Y'all are this cutthroat about your arena league? Like, do you care who plays on the arena league team to the point where you're willing to have Greg Hardy on your arena league team? That being said, the biggest winners in this, all the Arena League players on the other teams, because I don't imagine blocking Greg Hardy in Arena League after you just got off a shift at Quiznos.
They were voting. All those guys swung the vote. Greg Hardy was leading for a while, and then all the other guys in the league are like, no, not in our league.
Like, you know the moral dilemma they'd have when it came up, Greg Hardy, Defensive Player of the Year?
So many pudgy fingers from the opposing offensive linemen typing in, no.
So a team left the decision to the fans?
That's right.
Well, who the hell is running that team? You know, that's gutless, you know? That's it, buddy. You got to make the decision. You know, the owners, the administration, you got to stand up and take the heat. He comes in or he doesn't come in. Don't leave it up to the fan. That's a chicken move.
Nope.
He's right. Also, that sounds like the greatest GM job in the world. I don't actually make any decisions here. I'm really just the webmaster.
Yeah.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Look on your left. There's someone sneaky on your left. Oh. Crime is going to pay here until it doesn't. Until it doesn't. Until it doesn't. Yeah!
Whoa!
Oh, that's Chara shooting. He shoots very hard, and oh, that is the last place that you want to be hit very hard.
For free?
Chara, wait a minute. Doesn't Chara have that slap shot that's 7,000 miles per hour? Okay, that was 7,050 miles per hour right there.
Time to play the game that designated Dan for assignment. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Big leaguers.
Do you question this call?
Astros against the Marlins. Let's check in with a 2-1 count here.
The world that we're raising.
Prospect. This is Tucker, Kyle
way.
Tucker.
That's strike 3 called, and Ziegler
That's strike
gets
2
the strikeout.
call.
But you had company there. You
Oh,
had
that's
a
an
long
umpire in
line
spring
of
training form right there.
rookies
Yeah.
of the year, of which you were a
Number 81 knows that he's not out.
Long line.
Number 81's feeling very insecure, though, right now because his number's 81, and he's not totally sure that wasn't the third strike.
Or that it was a strike at all. Like, let's not forget that part there. I think the ump should have just gaslit him. Should have been up there like, what are you guys talking about? It's strike 3. Till everybody was like, okay, I guess I must have forgot.
Maybe the amp needs to practice more.
Oh,
yeah.
This guy's practicing. Yes. that is amazingly lonely. I think that's the loneliest footage we've ever shown on this show.
It's also fairly cruel to record it and disseminate it.
I mean,
let's not forget that part. Like, I mean, there is someone who appears to be also by himself who stopped to watch.
Right. He didn't have to be lonely. He could have been joined in friendship by that creeper who taped it and put it on the internet for us.
Right, that filming Tom.
Do you question if this kid has a bright future?
I mean, we're going to the McDonald's game. I'd hope he'd have a bright future. Hope he didn't get arrested or nothing. His name is Kyla Sexton. He's going to Alabama. Got him. Whoa.
Oh, wow. He's relaxed with the basketball.
Yes.
That's pretty good right there. That's a good amount of confidence. Is this all we have, or we have something else, too?
Oh, we have more. Oh.
Yeah.
He's that guy. I got to say, though, watching the McDonald's game, very often the flashy, passing little guy, he's still a little guy.
There is that. There is always the little guy who's still a little guy, and the best little guys don't tend to go to Alabama.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, though. He had the Alabama guy, Avery Johnson, who I imagine knows how to speak the language of the not-so-big guard.
Well, he's small, but he can get up there.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, goodness. I don't understand why we didn't start with this.
Okay, never mind. I take back everything I just said.
Yeah, my whole tune would have been completely different about this if we had started with that video.
Do you question if you would volunteer for this job?
Okay, we've got a Boston Bruins emergency goalie. When he's not being the emergency goalie, he is a Massachusetts state trooper. What is he doing here? Oh, that's Chara shooting. He shoots very hard, and oh, that is the last place that you want to be hit very hard.
For free?
Chara, wait a minute. Doesn't Chara have that slap shot that's 7,000 miles per hour? Okay, that was 7,050 miles per hour right there.
I feel like we need to check Chara's driver record because he did that like a man that knew that dude was a state trooper and his license is suspended.
Yeah, he did that with uncommon accuracy.
Well, he's the emergency goalie, right?
That's right.
Well, it looks like an emergency to me.
Yes, there we go. I mean, it is.
By the way, is this common that the emergency goalie is just some dude off the street? Like they have a contest or something to pick this?
Call some guy.
Do you question if crime pays?
Wasn't that a crime we just showed where a policeman got hit in the things with the thing?
Look on your left. There's someone sneaky on your left. Oh, crime is going to pay here. Until it doesn't. Until it doesn't. Until it doesn't. Yeah!
Whoa!
Yeah! That getaway plan leaves something to be desired.
I mean, did he steal the bike too? And he never ridden a bike before or something? Like I figured.
That is just tremendous right there.
Yeah, I tell you this too. He need to be glad he is where he was. He could have got one of them Ryan Lochte situations at a moment like that. Oh, that's where it was.
Oh, so much panic.
And so much pain, right? Because, I mean, there was the opportunity to try to get up. Nope. I'm just going to lay here.
I'm going to lay here with my dignity lost.
No place in the world more comfortable than where I got this pressure on my wound.
What was on the right? It looked to me that was a motorcycle with an umbrella.
It looked like a parasol of some sort.
right.
Yeah,
That seems to be a bicycle, or is it a moped?
Yeah, I believe that is something that will protect the rider from rain. Why are we focusing on that side of the video?
It's a panorama, Dan.
I know, but the other side is much more interesting.
We already did that.
That's
By the
true.
way, shout out to the attendant that went to pump the gas for the woman while she went to go get her own stuff.
That's right. Go chase the criminal yourself, lady. I'll helpfully put this business right in your gas tank.
Coming up next on my son's TV show.
Oh,
His
I
only
saw
tools
this.
are his fins.
I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, okay, we did.
I'm just telling
Yeah.
you. I'm not going to say anything.
Stop talking.
It's crazy.
Stop talking.
It's crazy.
Be
In
quiet.
his head, a plan of mathematical perfection.
Versace, Medusa head on me like I'm Illuminati.
I know that you like it. Versace, my neck and my wrist is so sloppy.
Versace, Versace, I love it. Versace, the top of my Audi. Skirt.
My plugger John got it, he give me the ducks, and I know that they mighty.
Shoes and shirt, Versace, you're wanted in my pocket.
She asked me why my draw silk, I told that it's Versace.
Versace. Cheetah, print on my sleeve, but I've never been in the jungle.
Try to take my sack, better run with it, don't fumble.
Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that is even more fun than Tickle Me Papi. See or no?
Tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On TNT, Cavaliers and Bulls.
Sure, always interested in watching LeBron James play basketball, but they're 6-9 in March, the Cavs are. And here's LeBron James talking about what a delicate time it is.
As I've learned over this season, there's a time and place for certain situations, and I kind of wait for the right time. I mean, it's a delicate time right now for our team, and a lot of people talking. So.
What do you mean delicate?
A delicate situation right now. We're just not playing good basketball. So we got to figure that out.
I thought that sound would be better. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Yo, dude, if you could put that up, like even just a still shot of that again, LeBron's moon roof is hitting Doc Rivers status, man. Like right there. You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it was after the game and he needed a touch up. Right? Nobody got no Kiwi shoe polish there to help my man out. Because I mean, I feel like I can see what he's thinking through there.
Delicate hair situation. Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, LeBron is going to be happy tonight. LeBron is going to be real happy tonight. The score is not going to matter to LeBron. He's going to be happy because he's going to be talking to his buddy Dwayne Wade. They're going to be there chit-chatting. I'm telling you, I predict that Wade is going to go to the Cavaliers bench and sit next to LeBron, because he's wearing a suit. He's not playing. I'm telling you, that's going to happen. And LeBron's going to show a smile on national TV.
That wouldn't surprise me, and it wouldn't surprise you either.
Wouldn't surprise any of us.
On Comcast Bay Area, A's and Giants.
Oh, not in the game, but I want to check in with Barry Bonds. We talk about Colin Kaepernick being blackballed. This guy was blackballed. Barry Bonds is now working for the Giants in some sort of role. Nobody knows what the hell the role is, but let's check in with Barry Bonds. Oh, batting practice.
Just take some swings.
Yeah, Barry Bonds in his role of I could still have 1,000
Still
OPS.
frozen
if you
ropes.
put me in the league right now, I would have 1,000 OPS like I did when you guys blackballed me at the end of my career. 1,000 OPS, 480 on base percentage. Couldn't find a job. But Monty, are you intrigued?
I mean, I'm just looking at that. I'm asking the Marlins, really. I know you didn't want him to be your hitting coach, but you got no argument for why he wasn't batting sixth.
That's true. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? Barry Bonds back in baseball. I can't wait until he makes a stop here in Marlins Stadium. He's going to be looking for Luria. He wants to see Luria. He wants to have a serious conversation with Luria. He's going to be swinging a bat.
Did we turn him into Walt Marichal, or did we turn him into a vigilante?
The owner of the Marlins. That's
yes,
with a bat.
On face
With a bat,
percentage.
that's right.
On face percentage of 1,000.
Well, he's a hitting coach, no?
Yes, because that's what hitting coaches do. They hit people in the face with bats. Maybe that's why he got fired.
Streaming on Netflix, BBC Earth.
Oh, these tend to be fascinating. Show us how small we are. Oh,
His
I
only
saw
tools
this.
are his fins.
I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, okay, we did.
I'm just telling
Yeah.
you. I'm not going to say anything.
Stop talking.
It's crazy.
Stop talking.
It's crazy.
Be
In
quiet.
his head, a plan of mathematical perfection.
Why are you talking?
Follows the sand, breaking it up into the finest of particles. He can't rest for more than a moment, but must work 24 hours a day for a week, or the current will destroy his creation. A final tidy up, and his masterpiece is complete. Nowhere else in nature does an animal construct something as complex and perfect as this.
I mean, that's crazy. That's amazing. I didn't know that fish were anything other than delicious. Could do anything other than be delicious. But Monty, are you intrigued?
I'll never go watch a movie with you ever, ever. Like, that was so dope. And all the intrigue was just washed away because you just wouldn't shut up and let us watch the damn fish.
Bobby, are you intrigued?
Oh,
Bobby?
see, I'm very intrigued. But what does he do after he finishes his masterpiece? What you use his work for, you know?
Tell us, Dan.
Amazing sex.
That's right.
Amazing sex with another fish. See you tomorrow.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
So art can get you sex? Oh, get me a piece of paper, will you?
I ain't getting you the piece
Yeah,
of paper.
give it
Get
to
out of
me.
here, man. I'm not getting you any paper.